Hey everyone, Rob here from Gunfather Milsim, and today we're talking about battle belts and all things related to them. I think the first question is, do you even need one? If you're just playing Airsoft and you don't have a handgun, and I don't think most people need a handgun in Airsoft, you're probably better off just having a nice dump pouch. Throw that on your back left pocket or your non-dominant pocket, and use it for your empty magazines or bottle of water, your gloves or whatever. And in fact, in the summer, when it's really hot out, and I really don't ever use my pistol at all in the summer, this is how I roll. I don't run a battle belt at all. Now, if you do want to run a battle belt, there's a couple different options for you. There's really low-end, cheap ones, like Condor, wouldn't recommend. And then there's some mid to better tier stuff like Hsgi. Personally, that's what I use. Is there better stuff than Hsgi? Yeah, Vikings Tactical and stuff like that. It's all very good. But I use Hsgi both professionally and for Airsoft, and I get a lot of use out of them and a lot of years out of them. Now, understand, like all tactical gear, it will wear out eventually. All things break. In fact, I just recently replaced this is my old Airsoft battle belt, Hsgi one, and replaced it with this one right here, which is the slim model. The old one had 3 rows of PALS webbing. This one has 2, and obviously this one has less area over here for the padding. But I found this nice comfy gel padding, the thing that makes it comfortable, makes it stick to your waist. I wasn't really using that whole space I had on the larger belt. I was mainly using the center area, so I decided to go with this. Then I really wasn't using all 3 layers of PALS webbing. I was perfectly fine getting by with 2. I actually prefer now going with 2. Now, let's talk about Hsgi and the different options, because when you go to their website, there's going to be tons of different options of what you can get on here. And this high cap smoke, I don't noise. Get rid of that. So, lots of different options here. One on the width, I already talked about it. I prefer the slim, which is only 2 rows of PALS webbing instead of 3. Second question is, you want to get one that is slotted. That means it's the section here of PALS webbing is divided into little slots, and you can weave your inner belt in and out of that. It makes it easier to use a lot of holsters or different holsters. I've had that before. My last SWAT belt was a slotted one, and when I upgraded it recently, I opted to go non-slotted. I find the non-slotted just lasts longer, and if you don't need that ability, I think you're better off just going non-slotted. This one is non-slotted, but this one has little openings underneath the belt right here at 3 and 6 o'clock. So wherever you're going to put your holster, whether you're left or right-handed. For what it's worth, this is a Safariland ALS hoodless holster. It is the best holster in the world, in my opinion. And these literally last forever. I think this one is pushing 15 years plus old. So the next question is, what kind of PALS webbing are you going to get? Or Molly webbing, or whatever you want to call it. Are you going to get standard, or are you going to get the laser cut? Now, my last SWAT battle belt was laser cut. I figured I'd try something new, save some weight, and it was a horrible decision. I found over time that as you attached pouches to that laser cut PALS webbing, it would actually pull it away from the body of the belt. It would cause a gap, it would sag, it would move. It just wasn't really well attached. In fact, the only way I could attach gear successfully is to, in fact, put it around the inner belt and really not use the webbing at all, and just to keep it from sliding back and forth. It's a really crappy design, and I think I only got like 2 years of use out of that belt, which is pretty sad. Compared to this, my last Airsoft one, I think I got 10 years of use out of it, and my duty belt before that, a very hard use, I think I got like 6 years out of it, and that's like a couple times a week wearing that battle belt. So, made a huge difference. Do not get laser cut, my opinion. Now, next thing you're going to ask yourself is, do you want this really cool rappel carabiner thing, the D-ring? And I would say, no, do not get this. It's a total waste of money. I only have it here because I got it for my first belt, and these inner belts last forever. You just keep switching out the outer belt. That's what wears out. The inner belt doesn't really wear out at all. As long as you're not gaining too much weight and need a bigger size, you can use these a long time. In fact, my SWAT inner belt is on its 3rd outer belt, and I'm still using the same first inner belt. But when I was young and stupid, I thought, I'm going to use this because this is cool. Coming from a guy who actually does tactical rappelling, you are never, ever, ever going to use this D-ring. The only thing I ever use mine for is when I'm like in a bathroom and I need to hang it up in the stall. That's it. So I'm telling you, outside of that, It's just wasted weight, and it really doesn't cost that much more, but it's just a waste of time and money. So I would recommend do not get the cool Rappel Guy D-ring. You're never going to use it. So the next question is, what do you get to actually put on your battle belt? This is my current SWAT battle belt. Now, I try to keep my real steel gear and my airsoft gear as close as possible-ish for consistency, but some things you just don't need an airsoft. So, real steel duty belt, ALS hoodless holster, the exact same holster I'm using on my airsoft, Glock 21 in the Lord's caliber. Moving on, obviously, handcuffs, because I got to arrest people, not on my airsoft one. Dump pouch. My dump pouch is the exact same dump pouch, the Hsgi magnet dump pouch. It's awesome. Keeps gloves in it most of the time. That's the only thing in there. But it's in the exact same position as with my airsoft rig. Flashlight, speaks for itself, and 2 handgun reloads. I also have this little Grimlock right here. This is actually just for holding my gas mask. Whenever I'm doing operations where I need a gas mask, I'll just take it out of the bag and I'll attach it to that Grimlock so I can put it on and take it off really quick, and it keeps it in place. Everything else is exactly the same. It's still this slim Hsgi battle belt. Now let's talk about how I set up my airsoft battle belt. Once again, Safariland holster. Why? For consistency between the two platforms. It's in the exact same spot. No handcuff pouch. Why? Because I'm not arresting anybody in airsoft. Dump pouch. This is the most important thing on your battle belt. It is in the exact same position on both. And in real world, I usually just keep gloves in there, bottle of water, Nutri-Grain bar, whatever. It's very rare that I actually put empty mags in it unless I'm at the range training. Airsoft, keep my gloves in here, but honestly, I put a ton of empty mags in here. Why? Because in airsoft, you're going to be doing a lot more reloading than you're going to do in real steel. So this actually gets used for what it's designed for, and that is empty magazines. Kind of a large pouch. This isn't on my real steel. And this one, as I stated earlier, is where I keep a high cap. This is what I call my Alamo mag. It's for when I run out of all magazines on my rig. Okay, on my plate carrier, my chest rig, or whatever, I'll go to that Alamo mag. I usually don't have to go too often. If I get to it, I'm having a really good game. That means I've already burned through 4 or 5 mid caps. And finally, 2 Hsgi pistol taco magazine pouches right here. These are in the exact same spot as they are on my SWAT rig. But my SWAT rig, they actually have pistol magazines. And in my airsoft rig, it's very rare I'm going to put an airsoft pistol mag in here because honestly, I don't use the damn thing enough to worry about it, yet alone enough to go to a reload. Most of the time, it just has a multi-tool because you never know when you're going to need one of these. And if I'm doing a CQB game, I'm going to usually put a flashlight in this one because you got to use a hand light quite a bit. You'll notice that all in all, there's a lot less crap on my airsoft one. I just don't like carrying a lot of extra stuff I don't need. Now, there's a lot of varying opinions on what you should mount on your battle belt versus what you should put on your vest. In my opinion, it's very personal. Whatever you prefer, whatever works best for you, that's what you should do. Anybody says you always should do it this way, they're full of shit. You do it the way you want to do it. Generally speaking, things that require one hand, I keep, like reloads, I keep on my left side, on my off side, and things that require 2 hands, I keep on my gun side, on my dominant side. Okay, that's why you'll see here, handcuff is on the right side because generally speaking, I got a holster to do that. So, parting advice regarding battle belts. Set it up for what you do, for what works best for you. Ignore all the tactical talking heads telling you what you have to or don't have to do. It's yours. Set it up for you. And make it so whatever you're doing in sport or work or whatever, it makes your job easier, not harder. 2, I would err on the side of putting less crap on your belt than more. Everybody's got all that molly space and like, oh, I got to use up every inch of this. No, you do not. And if you put too much stuff on it, it's going to get very uncomfortable. It's actually going to pull down on your pants. Furthermore, when you're getting in cars and stuff, it's going to get in the way, or you're going through narrow spaces, it's going to get caught on shit. Less is more. Don't feel the need to add all the crap. You don't need it. That's all I got on battle belts. If you like my content, please like, subscribe, hit the bell. You guys know how YouTube works. That really helps me out. If you really like my content, you want to support my channel, go to my merchandise store and buy some stuff. Okay? It's at unsavorytees.com. Go under Unsavory Army and under Gunfather Milsim, and you get on my store there. I sell all sorts of stuff. I sell patches like this one. They come in red, blue, and gray at the moment, but I got some new stuff coming. Sell t-shirts. Currently, t-shirt looks like this. Probably going to be working on some new t-shirt designs that are going to come out later this spring. And big thing I sell is Gunfather bungee slings. Come in a bunch of different colors. Check them out. Thanks for watching.